Assalamu alaikum students. Our today's topic is an internet and what is www, that is the internet and the World Wide Web, email and other internet services, e-commerce and types of e-commerce, the World Wide Web. The history of internet, net and network. So as you know that the internet is interconnection of computers and computer networks, sometimes connecting millions of computers that can communicate and share the information with one another. We have already discussed these definitions of computer network when we were discussing the chapter of data communication and computer networks. The basic history, 1969. So whenever we will discuss the internet, so we will start with the history of internet. As you all know that internet was launched in 1969 with the Advanced Research Project Agency, that is ARPA we call, of the US Defense Department. And the project of this Advanced Research Project Agency, the aim of this ARPA group is to connect different universities, computers, and different contractors. The resulting network was called ARPANET. The goal of early project was to create a large computer network with multiple paths in the form of telephone lines that would survive a nuclear attack or a nuclear disaster such as earthquake. If one part of the network were destroyed, other parts of the network, that is backup plan, they are also willing to establish a backup link as well. So if one part of the network would, other part of the network would remain functional, but if one part is destroyed, and data could continue to flow through the surviving lines. ARPA, that is, as I have discussed the name of ARPA with you, that is Advanced Research Project Agency, had second important reason for creating such a network, that is it would allow people in remote location to share scarce of computer resources. By being part of the network, these users would access faraway systems such as governmental mainframes or university-owned supercomputers, conduct research or communicate with each other users. So these were the reasons they want to establish a network. At first, ARPA was basically a large network serving only a handful of users, but it expanded rapidly. Initially, the network included 4 primary host computers when the project started only. A host is like a network server providing services to other computers that can connect using that particular server. ARPANET's host computers, like those on today's internet service provider, file transfer and communication services, gave connected system access to the network's high-speed data lines. The system grew quickly and spread widely as the number of hosts grew. The network jumped across the Atlantic. So you guys can see over here, in 1973, ARPA connects to Europe. You can see from one area to other portion of the, from one portion of the land to the other portion of the land. By 1973, you can see the network jumped across the Atlantic to Europe in 1973, and it never stopped growing then. In the mid-1980s, another federal agency, that is National Science Foundation, joined the project after Defense Department stopped funding the network. The NSF established 5 supercomputing centers that were available to anyone who wanted to use them for academic and research purpose. So you guys can see that in 1980s, in mid 1980s, network between NSF joins the same research group, and network between supercomputer internet was the link to ARPANET, no commercial traffic allowed. So these were some points. Then started that the purpose of NSF is to anyone can who wanted to use to academic research purpose can use that particular network. The NSF expected the supercomputers user to use ARPANET to obtain access, but the agency quickly discovered that the existing network could not handle the load, as load is much and the network bandwidth is not too much to handle that particular amount of load. So in response, the NSF created a new higher capacity network called NSFNet. So we have another in 1990s ARPANET, you can see shut down because it failed to maintain the network load, and then we have another network we call NSFNet. So and other network was called the internet. The purpose of connecting separate network is called internetworking. A collection of networks is described as being internet work, which is where the internet, a worldwide net of networks, gets in name. So later on we have a new World Wide Web we have invented by 1989. The web is only a part of the internet. It is massive collection of pages built using HTML language, that is hypertext markup language. To view pages, a browser reads the HTML code. So then they need some specific browsers, so they make those browsers as well. For example, in your area you can use different types of browsers for the internet searching. For example, by Google Chrome, most frequently used owned by Google. Then we have Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. Then we have Safari, Internet Explorer, which comes with the Windows option, already Microsoft Windows built-in option. The Internet major services, the World Wide Web, developed in 1993 by Tim Berners-Lee broadly, allowed connection of documents, required a browser to read documents. Then we came up with electronic email systems and instantaneous transmission of document using email. Before this, we were having mail. After this, we have email. By the early 1990s, interest in the internet began to expand dramatically, as we have discussed that after ARPANET was shut down in 1990 and NSFNet was disconnected in 1995. But still commercial internet backbone services replaced them, that is WWW World Wide Web. So by the early 1990s, that is 1993 or onwards, interest in the internet began to expand dramatically. Because of its interest, the system that had been created as a tool of serving a nuclear war foundation its way into business and homes. Now, the main reason for to establish network was different, but it becomes the interest of common people. So it drastically demand of the use of this internetwork, or you can say internet demand becomes uh, increased day by day. So now starts happening now, advertisement for movies are far more common on online than collaboration on physics research and so on. And you know all that internet is still growing day by day. We have something new, or every business is now online. There is no previous bricks and mortar systems. The internet major services. The internet acts as a carrier of several different services, each with its own distinct features and purpose. The most common used internet services are the www, World Wide Web. Then we have electronic email. Then in order to have news content, people start using internet. File transfer protocol, chat in order to communicate with your friends and with your colleagues, instant messaging, online services, and peer-to-peer services. To use any of these services, you need a computer that is connected to the internet in some way. Most individual users connect their computers modem to a telephone line at that time. Modems are frequently used, and the internet is used with the help by using the telephone lines, or use a high-speed connection such as DSL or cable modem, and set up an account with an internet service provider. We call it ISP, a company that provides local or regional access to the internet backbone. So you must know the terminologies I am using, that is internet service provider, what we call ISP. So it can be in your quiz as well, that ISP stands for what. So many other users connect to the internet through a school or business network. To use a specific service, you also need the right type of software. For example, nowadays you are using, in order to perform your social networking, and there are different social media applications and softwares are available. For example, Facebook, internet, Twitter, Snapchat. So if you want to avail at that time, we have Skype and different other services. These days we are using Zoom in order for the online lectures. So some programs enable you to use multiple internet services. For that we need specific software. So you do not necessarily need separate applications for each service. Sometimes one service can be by using one software you can avail multiple services. For example, by using Facebook or WhatsApp, you can communicate by using text messages, audio messages, voice calls, video calls. So many other features are available over there. So if you want to learn how www, that is World Wide Web, works, so basically it was created in 1989 at the European Particle Physics Laboratory in Geneva, Switzerland, as a method for incorporating footnotes, figures, and cross references into online documents. The web creator wanted to create a simple way to access any document that was stored on a network without having to search through indexes or directories of files, and without having to manual copy documents from one computer to another before viewing them. To do this, they established a way to link documents that were stored in different locations on a single computer. or are different computers on a network. So you know that if you have one document and you have created hyperlinks. So try this in Microsoft Word, that have your different documents in different drives, and create a hyperlink through which you can connect your that hyperlink to that specific document. Whenever you click that particular link in your Microsoft Word document, that particular file is going to be open. So in this way, they linked up different documents available in different PCs and in different networks. As you know that in these days you use a link. When you click on that link, you will reach to any specific web page or any specific services, or any video or audio tutorial or any textual material. So these are the links to, when we click on one link, we will reach to any specific file which we want to read or download. So in this similar manner, when they establish, they have the same thing in their mind. To do this, they establish a way to link documents that were stored in different locations on a single computer or on different computers on a network. If you imagine collection of billions of documents all stored in different places, but all linked together in some manner, you might imagine them creating a web. So this the web we have creating a web of interconnected information. If you extend that collection of documents that the links to cover the entire globe, you have a worldwide web of information. This concept is where the web gets the name, because it becomes like the spider web, that there are one thing connected with other thing connected with other. So it becomes like the spider web. So we start calling it entire worldwide, and it is a web. So in this way, so many people believe that the web and the internet are same things. So today we will learn that what is the basic difference between the web and our internet. So the internet and the web are not the same. So how it is different? So we are going to differentiate it with some points. The internet is a massive network of networks, while the World Wide Web, or simply web, is a way of accessing information over the medium of the internet. It is the way that you can reach to specific information available on the internet, the documents available on the internet, by linking one link to the other page, another document, another website, and that website with other websites. So the World Wide Web, or simply web, is a way of accessing that how we reach to that particular resource we want, the way of accessing information over the medium of the internet. So internet is actually the medium. It connects millions of computers together globally, the internet, forming a network in which any computer can communicate with any other computer as long as they are both connected to the internet. And information travels over the internet using a variety of languages known as protocols. For example, hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, transfer control protocol. There are many other protocols. Protocols are the rules and the regulations you design and deployed in order to transfer something from one source to other destination. And what about the WWW? The web uses the HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, only one of the languages spoken over the internet to transmit data. Sometimes we use on the web HTTPS as well, that is hypertext transfer protocol secure. S means your website is secure website. So many times you have seen that your bank websites are HTTPS type websites. So you must know all these abbreviation from your for your MCQs preparation and exam point of view. That www means World Wide Web, HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. How does the web work? So we will discuss how will the web work. So web documents are linked together because they are created in a format known as hypertext. Hypertext systems provide an easy way to manage large collection of data, which can include text files, pictures, sounds, movies, and many more other applications and documents. In a hypertext system, when you view a document on your computer screen, you also can see or express all the data that might be linked to it. So if the document is discussion of honeybees, you might be able to click a hypertext link and see a photo of the required material. So these are the different links. As I have given you an assignment, that do this assignment, that create hyperlinks, and by hyperlink filling those links, hyperlinks with different files available in your computer. When you click on that particular file, you know that that particular file is going to be open for you. So in a similar way, hypertext transfer protocol works, that there are so many links in this particular language are created in order to access the data. To support hypertext document, the web uses a special protocol called the hypertext transfer protocol, as we have discussed. You will learn more about protocols when you we have already discussed some of the protocols when we were discussing the chapter of networks previously, that transfer control protocol, file transfer protocol, and so many others. A hypertext document is specially encoded file that uses the hypertext markup language. There is hypertext markup language, HTML language we use in WW World Wide Web, HTML. So you must know this abbreviation. HTML means hypertext markup language. This language allows a document author to embedded hypertext links, so-called hyperlinks or just links in documents. HTTP are the foundation of World Wide Web. As you read a hypertext document, more commonly called a web page, on a screen, you can click a word or a picture encoded as a hypertext link and immediately jump to another location within the same document or to a different web page which is linked with that link, that particular hyperlink, and you can access the document and the file you have. The second page may be located on the same computer as the original page or anywhere else on the internet. Because you do not have to learn separate commands and addresses to jump to a new location, the World Wide Web organizes widely scattered resources into a seamlessly whole. So without having any issues, without creating problems, it will give you access to the entire world by just clicking on the links. While you go from one city to another city where the other services are available and the other document is available in someone PCs, and when you click in any other link, you can go from one continent to another continent, and another continent their file server where some documents and movies and pictures are available for you. So as we were discussing, a collection of related web pages is called website. Websites are household on web servers, internet host computers, and that often store thousands of individual data. pages. So this is the whole story about this picture. The web is based on three protocols: URLs. Now you must know what is URL. And for your exam point of view, what is the meaning of URL? What is the meaning of HTML? So you all know these abbreviations. So URL stands for user resource link. What is the meaning of URL? User resource link. As URL addresses of resources, HTTP dialog between client and server, HTML format of resources. So user clicks on link to address. You know, as these days we are taking online classes, so you ask, send me the URL. URL is actually user resource link. It is the link on which if users click, he or she can access that particular services. So URL is in order to access any website, you ask that tell me the URL of that website, that is web address, or sometimes in the common language we call it web address. So browser converts link, user clicks on the link to the address, that is for example www.netsol.com, hello.html. For example, this is a URL. Similarly, hotmail.com, this is a URL. Then we have browsers convert link to HTTP command method connect to computer at www.netsol.com and remote computer send files. So these are some steps that how a web work, and then local computer display HTML file. So in this way you go to click on the URL, and in this way you reach to that specific server where that resource is available, and it will be downloaded and displayed on your PC, on your local computer. I already discussed this with this. HTTP response codes. So sometimes, for example, as in different universities, for example, in different online classes we are taking attendance online. So we have all by using website we have access of all students class attendance for different day week-wise attendance available. So sometimes if we try to access that particular web page or the server, or we call it learning management system provided by different universities, if it is overloaded or if it is failed to connect, so there are different types of error comes in front of you that this website is not working, or this is the issue, or this is the issue, or pages are crashed, or server is loaded. So different types of messages you get. This is called the hypertext response codes. So if you get a message HTTP code 200 meaning everything is okay, the code 4xx means bad request client's fault. Client you want to access, there is a bad request, there is a fault. F5xx means field request server's fault. That server you are willing to access is not actually working properly. 401 unauthorized request, that you are going to perform any unauthorized activity because you are not allowed to go and access this particular. So in this way we have different HTTP codes and their meanings. Resource not found. Sometimes previously a web page is available over there, but later on they deleted that particular web page due to some reason. So you don't know, and you still want to access, you have that URL and you type that URL in your browser and press enter. So they give you a message 404 error. It means that resource not found. 500 internal error, server internal error, and 503 server overloaded. So there are lots of people connected and hit that particular server. So it is not responding for the new hits. So server overloaded. I have already discussed with you this, that how the World Wide Web works. Web documents can be linked together because they are created in a format known as hypertext. Hypertext system provide an easy way to manage large collection of data which can include text, files, pictures, sound, movies, and more. Hypertext system, when you view a document on your computer screen, you all can also access all the data that might be linked to it. I have already discussed with it. You can see example of hypertext. Support hypertext document. The web uses a special protocol. I have already discussed with you that HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. A hypertext document is a specially encoded file that uses the hypertext markup language HTML. You must know all these things. HTML example. The doc type declaration defines the document type to be HTML. The text between HTML and HTML describes an HTML. So here, whatever you are going to write down, this is hypertext markup language. So in this way, you create a web page. Head means overheading, then title, then main body. You enter over here. So this is how you hypertext markup language. You put different types of things, and this way you can design your website. URL I already discussed with you. The hypertext protocol use internet address in a specific format called uniform resource locator. URL stands for uniform resource locator. URL, I'm repeating. You must know these abbreviation because I can ask you these abbreviation in BCQ's exams. URL stands for uniform resource locator. The type, address, path, this is URL. Type specifies that the type of server in which file is located. Address is the address of the server. Path is the location within the file structure of the server. The path includes the list of folder where the desired file is actually located. Plugged in, called helper applications or plugin applications, helps to provide multimedia content like audio, video content on the web. So sometimes you add plugins, download plugins, upload plugins, and many other plugins. These other plugins help you in having access different way of your web pages. So if you like and you want to download something, so you have internet download manager. This is a plugin to attach in your browser. So these are not built-in software with your browser. Either you are using Google Chrome or any other web browser. A plugin is a piece of software that acts as an add-on, additional onto a web browser and gives the browser additional functionality. As I have discussed that if you want to download something, so you have an additional feature when you add a plugin of Internet Download Manager. Plugins can allow, or if you have a plugin of PDF Viewer, so without downloading, if you are going to click on particular file available on the internet PDF file, so you can view that PDF document by using your browser. So this is again something we call the capability of plugin PDF plugin available in your browser, due to which sometimes these plugins are by default available. They pick automatically these things. These plugins, sometimes you have to install these plugins. All right. So accessing the internet, so you must know an internet service provider, your cable net service provider, any dial-up connection company that provides internet access. Dial-up connection connects to the internet through phone line. Modem connects to the phone line or slow connections. So these are actually slow connection. Accessing the internet high speed, connect through a special line 2 to 25 times faster than dial-up. Then we have a dedicated link we called digital subscriber link. Cable net T1 are common high-speed internet services. And understanding the internet allows accessing resources. The web simplifies the internet. The web connects document. Hypertext create links between documents. Documents are stored on web server. HTTP delivers documents. So on. Understanding more about the internet, the website is a collection of documents. Document is a web page. Pages are published on the web. Hypertext markup language creates web pages. With the help of these language, we create actually web pages, as I have discussed with the codes, the heading, what title you are at, what heading you are going to get, what you are going to have in your body. So this is the tag content. So you see tag, and what you want in between these. Create web pages, describe how pages should look, content enclosed in tags. So in this way you can give your different views to your web pages by using these language. Understanding the internet, the browser read and translate the hypertext markup languages, displays web content to the user who want to avail information from the internet. Uniform resource locator, URL address of a web page. You can see this is our URL. More understanding the internet. So we have helper application, as I discussed with you, plugins, enhance browser functionality, streaming audio and video, send the file in small chunks downloaded while other plays. So buffering, streaming video and buffering, these are also the plugins. This helps previously, and nowadays these are automatically installed, but previously when you 5 years back when you use internet browser, so they ask you if you want to play their specific video, you must need some streaming or buffers or some specific software. For example, plugins flash player is required to display a particular video and display any particular content. So we download that flash player and then install that plugin in browser so that we can use these videos displays. We can watch those videos on over the internet on YouTube. So all these are some helpers application. Streaming audio. So streaming audio or video is what some portion is available. You have seen that particular video. If your internet speed is very slow, then you get to know about the streaming system, about audio or video, that you have completed that particular part of the video you have seen, and the next part is on the way to start browsing, streaming, and as I can say a streaming circle. You can see in front of you that video is loading, and when you have high speed internet service, so one part is not completed yet and the other part is ready for you, so that you, without any type of jitter, you can smoothly watch the video. So and that particular video is not available with you. You are using internet. It is with the help of those internet links. It is available on someone else's server or computer. Using the browser and the www browser starts on the home page. Then we can navigate the web. Enter a URL in the browser. Click a link. Link are typically blue underlined words. Image, maps, and picture links. When finished, close the browser. So searching the web. The web is unorganized directories, enables to search more information by selecting categories of subject matter. The directory, for example, document, text, images, videos, we can select the categories. Subject matter, the directory separates into general categories which broken into increasingly specific subcategories such as companies, construction, builder, designers, search engine. So how search engine works? Let you search for information by typing one or more words. The engine then displays a list of web pages available with that particular name. For example, if I am going to type out simplex, so simplex word, simplex meaning, simplex mathematical rule, and so many other links you have in front of you. The engine then displays a list of web pages that contain information related to your words. Find sites by keywords, that particular keyword. So here you can see Google. When you click over here, you came to, you have so many other, and then home, art, business. So this with the web organized a topic into categories wise what you are willing to search: science, sports, shopping, and so many others. Searching the website, search large sites have an internal search, meta search sites, search several websites at once, sponsored links, sites pay for better search results, and so many other searching ways. So search techniques, quote the exact phrase, use the keyword and, use the keyword near about the same. So it is going to automatically suggest avoid common words, use the site's advanced tools. So there are some advanced tools as well. For example, in advanced we have in Google Scholars. If you want to search some research articles, this is how we have completed our basic internet and the www, that is World Wide